welcome to Alina Crochets. This podcast is about crocheting, having fun, and sharing my love of crochet with you. This is episode 27 for the month of December, and we're celebrating Christmas. I will show you some finished items, some items from the past, and some works in progress, and some gifts that I'm making for this holiday season. I would like to thank my returning viewers and subscribers, and welcome to new viewers and subscribers. So let's begin. What am I wearing? I am wearing my Santa Claus top that I created with 4-ply acrylic yarn, and I used a cross stitch magazine called Christmas Ornaments, and they had a Santa pattern in here that you could cross stitch, but because I use tapestry crochet, I decided to create this design in tapestry crochet using a cross stitch pattern. And this is the top here. And this is the one I had made a couple of years ago, but I love wearing it during the holidays. I love bringing it out. And I wear it with leggings and a top, as you can see. So it's done with 4-ply acrylic yarn in green, red, white, and it's brown and some accents of black. And then what I did on the bottom is I striped it to give it the little Santa Claus feeling. And then on the back, what I did is I did some lacy stitches in the back in white yarn. And I'll post a picture of this so that you can see the full design. So staying on that track of showing you some stuff that I made in the past for Christmas. I love crocheting for Christmas, and they used to have this beautiful Christmas yarns, but then they created other yarns that you use red, green, white, and gold with metallic yarn. So I've used some of that along with my Christmas yarns. As you can see, I created a design here with Christmas yarn with red, green, and a multicolor of red and green with metallic yarn going through. Sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a fail. This was a little fail because it looks like an apron dress, so I think I only wore this once. And another design that I created was this crochet Christmas tree top here. And as you can see, I did the Christmas tree in a metallic green yarn surrounded by with white and red. And I love fur yarn, so I used the Lion Brand's fur yarn here. And then on the bottom, I combined the green fur yarn with a red metallic fur yarn. And I think it came out nice. This is one of my favorite ones I love to wear during the holidays. So this one always gets worn during the Christmas season. So for this year, I said I was not going to make any Christmas tops. I was going to use what I had created in the past. But I had some time and I was like, no, I have to make a Christmas top. That's the tradition. So I didn't just make one, I made 2 tops. So here they are here. One top that I created was my gingerbread top. And the reason I call it the gingerbread because the yarn is called gingerbread. And then I found a pattern off of Pinterest, which seems like it came from a cross stitch magazine. And I used this design here. I just didn't put the face in. I wanted to keep it simple and plain. So let me tell you the yarns that I used for this top. So the yarns that I used were Signature 4-ply yarn by West Yorkshire Spinners. And the color here is Gingerbread. So this particular yarn is made for knitting. But when you crochet with it, the pattern can change because of the stitch count that you're using. So in this one, I used a small stitch count of 10 single crochets across, and it gave me a stripe effect. However, when I did the top, because I used a wider stitch pattern, it changed the directions of the colors. So this is why you have the white and green and red and white going different spaces to create. So on the back, the same thing happened. Depending how many counts you have and where you start with the yarn, it creates a different pattern. And that's why I like the variegated yarn, because you never know what design you're going to get. So in this top, I used the gingerbread here on the panel down there, and then on the back. And then I surrounded the gingerbread with Created Fuffly, and this is the yarn here. It is a green yarn with metallic, and it is made with, let me see, 60% cotton, 20% polyester, and 20% metallic. And it's a nice and soft yarn that I really like working with. And that's where the top was surrounded with the yarn. And then I thought I would have enough yarn to complete the top with those 2 yarns, but I didn't. So I had to use the Maris Studio Anti-Pilling yarn, 100% acrylic and cinnamon. And I thought the colors worked pretty well together with the gingerbread. And then also, this was a lighter version of the gingerbread colors to me. So I actually used this yarn in some of it. This is called Offbeat by Universal Yarn. And this is 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. So here you can see how all the yarns work together. And it's kind of hard to tell where the cinnamon starts and begins. But this is the cinnamon yarn here. And the cinnamon yarn here. And on top here is the Offbeat yarn. Because it was a variegated, the light green came out first, then the white, and then the green. And then on the sides, I also used the green and white. And then on the bottom is the red color that came with the variegated, with the green, with the dark green. And then I used the metallic green on the bottom just to complete it. And to give it a little furry look at the bottom. So the next top that I created, I'm wearing to a Christmas party. And I decided that I was going to keep it a little simple and not too extreme. So I found the Christmas tree pattern on Pinterest. And I decided that I would create this pattern and then create the top around this pattern. So the yarns that I used for the top were, I love this yarn in cream and gold, Big Twist in mulberry and metallic, another Big Twist called Twinkle, and this is called green with metallic, and the gold yarn that I used was, one second. The gold yarn that I used was from Ice Yarns. And you remember this yarn from the summer when I created another dress with this yarn. And this is Tarmar Glitz Light 100% acrylic yarn. I'm sorry, 90% acrylic yarn and 10% metallic. And this is a size 3 yarn, while these were a size 4, but it worked out perfectly. So here's the top here. I think it came out beautiful. I love the Christmas tree. I think the tree came out really nice in the colors of green and maroon. And then I striped it with the white and gold. And then on the back, I created a different pattern. So I started with single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet with tapestry crochet. And then I created a row of bobbles, so it looks like little berries. And then some shell stitches, a lace stitch, and some more tapestry crochet work here to complete the top. I think it came out really nice. I did the collar with tapestry crochet as well as the band on the bottom. Another item that I completed was these. They became Christmas stockings. These were the socks that I was trying to felt, because this was 100% wool. I tried to felt the sock thinking that it would shrink, but it didn't really felt that well, and they came out too big. So I decided to turn them into Christmas stockings. So I will have pink and white Christmas stockings this year. And this is 100% wool, and then I just combined it with pink acrylic yarn, and then the Karen latte cake yarn on top, just to give it a little fuzz. I didn't want too much fur, so I thought this worked out perfectly with the Karen latte yarn. But I decided that I would make some Christmas gifts for people. So I decided to get these gloves here and then add some fur around it, just to bump up the glove to a little bit more, to be a little bit more elegant and stylish. And this is a red fuzzy yarn, but any yarn would work. I just love using metallic yarn and various fur yarn to complete the look. Even this one here would work. I can rate it these little balls here to hang on the tree with the fur yarn. The other item that I'm working on are these little cup cozies, to get little cheap glasses and then decorate it with different cup cozies and give them as gifts. Another item that I completed was a scarf for a friend. And this is cotton yarn because they're allergic to wool, and I thought I would do something a little bit different. So this is using a blue and white cotton yarn with a red, and it has a cable stitch going down the middle. I think it turned out really nice, and it's pretty long. Another item that I'm working on is a sweater for my sister, and I've completed the front part of the sweater. And this is 100% wool in a blue variegated yarn. But the thing about it is I had trouble finding yarn to match this. So what I did is I finally went to Webs and I found this yarn here, Sidara Jewel Spun. And I think it works perfectly with this yarn here. So now I'm able to complete the top because it was hard to match. I was just debating if I should do it just in blue in the back. But when I saw this yarn, I thought it was a perfect match. And now I can complete the top. That concludes this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you've been inspired by all my Christmas crochet. Have a great day. And remember, no yarn is off limits when crocheting.